I'm a little late to this. Per usual, when it comes to getting off my bum and making a video, I'm still working on that schedule. So, Telltale Games. As some of you may or may not know, they went under recently. If for any reason you happen to not know who they were the ones that made the point-and-click adventure games such as The Walking Dead Seasons 1 through Final. Very creative name. They made The Wolf Among Us and lots of licensed games. What in the world is this? It's not a surprise to many people. I mean, they were relatively big. To some, it was a surprise. To the rest of us, it was more so a matter of when this would happen. Telltale Games, rinsed and repeated. They reused a lot of their ideas when it came to games. All the gameplay was the same, and the story really didn't branch out at all. At like nowhere, really. It was. They didn't do a good job at making their games really interesting to play. Like, I personally enjoyed playing their games. And it's sad for me to see them go because I've been playing their games for a very long time. But they were getting a little stale. It was the same thing over and over again. Whilst I personally enjoyed their games, I could also see their problems with their games. And I too was starting to get a little tired of them. And it wasn't only their style of games, of course. Their games were buggy as crap. I made a video on it showing one of the bugs I found where one of the characters in The Walking Dead had their entire body just going to the side of the screen and stretching indefinitely. And funnily enough, the only reason I had that bug was because another bug where I had to replay the entire episode of The Walking Dead Season 3 because it forgot my choices. I was using a Telltale account, I was signed in with it, and even then, that was enough to keep it from forgetting my choices and choosing randomly, forcing me to restart. Characters I killed were alive again. Though, ultimately, that is another problem of Telltale Games, and one of the reasons they probably went under. The choices you made in their games, whilst it says they matter in the beginning of every game, ultimately, they did not. Any choice you made in Telltale Games would either have the other outcome happen eventually, or just be meaningless altogether after 5 seconds. It wasn't really... sorry. It wasn't really that much of a problem in The Walking Dead Season 1. In fact, a lot of the choices did matter to an extent on how the ending played out, though not on the ending itself. You still got the two, either Clementine kills Lee or Lee dies because you didn't kill him. Spoiler alert, I guess, of a game that came out in 2012, I believe. Sometime around then. And other games showcase that you can really easily make branching choice games, such as Detroit Become Human being the most recent one, Beyond Two Souls, and whatever the one for PlayStation 3 was called, all of which I personally have never played, but I do look forward to playing them at some point. Though I don't own a PlayStation console since the PlayStation 2, that's a video for another time. Now, again, it really sucks to see Telltale go under like this. I love them as a company. I wish they bettered themselves before this had to happen, but ultimately, the higher-ups at Telltale did this to themselves. That being said, this was, for the most part, not the developers' fault, as they were seemingly rushed to deadlines given really strict working conditions. Basically, Konami, which is sad to hear, but also sadly not super surprising. I mean, the amount of games they had to pump out and frankly the size of the team, it was a little bit ludicrous. Though, as they usually do, the higher-ups didn't care. They saw money, and as have things be, there was money to be had in those games. Lots of people, at first, did buy them. Though eventually, again, an outdated engine and a repetitive style came to their downfall. Now, I only hope the best for the developers that once worked at Telltale Games. Though there are a few left, I don't believe they were originally working there. I'm not entirely sure. This is a week or so afterwards. I should have the full story, and I do. Sort of. I stopped following it after a little while. This brings us to now. What's going on now? Well, most employees at Telltale have gotten jobs offered to them at other places. I believe Bethesda was one of them that offered them jobs once they were laid off unexpectedly that day. Though I don't remember any other companies, and if you were one of them, I'm sorry. Don't have a script for this. I'm sort of winging it last second. The higher-ups at Telltale, even afterwards, after deciding, okay, we're closing down out of nowhere one day, they still are making terrible decisions. They've decided, I think, to continue. I don't even know if they're continuing The Walking Dead Season 4, I'll be honest. But they are working on something. And they've decided to finish that overpaying their employees that have worked with them for however long. Which is a pitiful move, especially when you're laying them off like that with no, further notice. Everyone's just out of the job one day. It's pathetic, and really should have been handled much better than what they have done. In The Walking Dead... oh, no, I shouldn't even finish like that. They should pay their employees. They should give them... whatever the word I'm looking for is. I'm not going to spend 15 minutes in silence trying to find the word reparations or whatever it is. It's ludicrous. In The Walking Dead Season 4, they should finish it. They, at this point, sort of have an obligation to. I mean, people have already paid for the game. I personally have paid for the game, and I only got Episode 1 and Episode 2. So, 2 Telltale Games, higher-ups, 2 those who work at Telltale Games as CEO or whatever the higher-up positions are called. I don't know. I don't work in the game industry yet. All I've got to say to you is pay your employees and give people what they've paid for. That's really all I've got for this video. It's sort of an unscripted thing I've done. I've had this video planned for a little while, actually, since the day a few weeks ago when Telltale ended. I want to miss them, but I can't say I'm surprised. I'm recording this on... what day is it? Holy crap, the 1st of October? I need to get spooky with some of my videos. I have plans for a few more videos like this where we just talk about certain subjects in gaming and whatnot. Although I can't remember what they were right now, I do have them written down, I think, I hope. But until then, all I can say for the month of October is I plan on working on my schedule, though not fully finishing it, whatever it may end up being. I have an idea of what it will end up being. But I can say for October, I will be bringing back one series that, due to popular demand, is being brought back, and really I never meant to end it. It just went on a hiatus out of nowhere. And I'm going to be doing a series for October and Halloween, as this is my favorite time of year, and Halloween is my favorite holiday. So until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. That's all I really got.